Hello everyone and welcome. This is just going to be real quick today on what I'm doing with some actual plants I found in my yard to make miniature flowers. Now everybody knows I suck at making miniature flowers, and I'm sorry you can't see this really good. What this is some yarrow. It was voluntarily growing in my yard, and I thought the little leaves looked a lot like ferns. So I put them in some sand to dry them out, and now I'm putting Mod Podge over them. Sometimes when you dry flowers, they get very brittle. Yarrow is a very tough plant, and it holds up really nicely, but sometimes also in the drying process, the color fades. And I find the Mod Podge just kind of brings it back. I'm using a matte Mod Podge here, and I know you can't see them because they're so tiny. Oh wait. But yeah, so I'm just right now coating the dried leaves. And if you had a plant that had the shinier leaves, you could use the gloss Mod Podge on it. Oh, you guys, it's hot here today. Second day in the 90s, and oh my gosh, it's just terrible. So what I do is I coat one side of the little leaf, and then I turn it over and coat the other side also. You know, it's worth it to take a look around your yard and to see what's out there for actual plants that could be used in miniature. Now this is the little flowers off the yarrow, and I know it's hard for you to see, but they have some very, very tiny flowers. And it comes in a lot of different colors, but all I have is white. So I took a Sharpie marker and just held it on the little petals, and the little petals, even though they were dry, so they absorbed the color of the marker. And in some spots I left some white, and one of them, the flowers kind of weren't out all the way, and one of them, there were a lot of little flowers and petals, and they're so tiny. They're about maybe 1/8 of an inch across. So they're really ideal for this. And here's another little grouping of those flowers that I did. But y'all know I pretty much suck at making miniature plants, so I like to see what I can find. When I did the little room box, and the one that was just all about plants, little vignette, whatever you want to call it, that was a weed I found in my yard. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff out there in nature that you can use, and I like to use natural things if I can. So the yarrow plants were perfect. I can't wait to make a little fern out of them. So anyway, and then I found something else, and this is the head off an onion. You know, when your onion plants grow up and then they get these little heads on them and they're full of flowers? Well, I tried that too, and I thought, you know, like a big container for outside, this would look like just a whole bunch of flowers, kind of like mums when, you know, you have like those bush mums or whatever. So I thought this would be good, and I'm just also putting some Mod Podge on this, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. So that is my little quick tip here for the day. Look around your yard, see what you can find, because there's a lot of mini plants out there. Bye bye.